All right, welcome back everybody to another episode of QuattroQuattroDos. Once again, this is your boy Christian, and today we're going to have a great show. We're going to be talking about the North American Super League, we're going to be talking about the Champions League, and of course we're going to bring it back home and talk about the Volt League a little bit, which obviously QuattroQuattroDos is actually one of the sponsors of the league and of more specifically Internacional Sporting Club. Who we got a W this weekend, so I'm very excited about that. But before we talk about that, let's go ahead and give the social medias out. QuattroQuattroDos on Instagram, QuattroDos on Twitter. You can always hit us up there. You can always I don't think we don't have an email, but if you need to hit us up for some reason, you can always hit us up there. You can find me personally under Cris Putalias, and you can always hit me up there. I'm actually trying to find somebody that is very well versed in the Champions League to have a chat about this Champions League. It's gonna get crazy, but I'm not really like 100. I can watch the Champions League, but I just want somebody that knows a little bit more than me to talk about the Champions League. So if you know anybody out there that wants to talk Champions League, or if you yourself want to talk some Champions League on the show, I'm looking for somebody to come in and talk, kind of break it down for me and break it down for the audience as well. So also, don't forget to check out our Patreon. Our Patreon is patreon.com/QuattroQuattroDos. You can also be part of our Wall of Age, where you obviously get your name on the Wall of Age like this three beautiful folks have, Stevie, Lautaro, and Nancy. And then also you get one of these little paintings added to your personal collection. Actually, this one right here was a little, this actually is going out to Steven, that, he became a Patreon on patreon.com/QuattroQuattroDos, and he's getting one of these little paintings. So he asked for a Diesel Fox, or Diesel the Fox, the mascot for the Houston Dynamo, and the dash. So I went ahead and I got this little one throwing up the edge. So shout out to him. This is gonna go his way pretty soon here. And I actually finished that one today. And today I started working on my next project, which is a painting for Nancy, who happens to be my mother. So it's gonna be a very special one, because I'm incorporating something that, kind of like, since this is a soccer show, I didn't want to go like something, mother-daughter type painting to it, but something that we share a bond. I mean, obviously, it's my grandfather. Obviously, we share him because that's my grandfather's, her dad. But this is, fun fact, this little chain that I have actually has my grandfather's face. My grandmother gave it to my mom, and then when I turned 18, my mother gifted it to me. So since I was 18, it's actually 11 years now, because I just turned 29 last Sunday, so happy birthday to me. So I've been rocking this chain for 11 years, and it's something that will be passed on for, in my family for generations, hopefully. So it's something special. So I'm working on like a really, really special painting for her that is going to incorporate my grandfather's love for soccer, which he was a San Lorenzo de Almagro fan in Argentina. And his love and my grandfather was a gaucho, an Argentinian gaucho. So I'm incorporating some of gaucho, soccer, San Lorenzo themes into the painting. So I'll show you guys whenever I'm done with that. But basically, QuattroQuattroDos runs on my money, basically, and now on donations that you guys, have helped me out with by going to patreon.com/QuattroQuattroDos. The lowest tiers is $3 a month. So if you guys have a coffee to spare for your boy here, I'm trying to buy better equipment and to do better videos, and to produce better content for the city and for the soccer community as a whole. So if you guys are interested in that and you guys have it in your heart, I more than appreciate it, and we'll shout your name out on the show. So thank you for everybody that has already contributed, by either sharing or liking the show. That helps out a whole bunch. So thank you so much for that. And thank you for everybody that has helped out in any way possible the show, by just sharing and stuff like that, which I just said again. But yeah, let's go ahead and get back into the soccer talk. I have a bunch of notes here, as you can see, and we're going to talk about first, we're going to talk about this Super League that has been mentioned by the FIFA president, has been mentioned by some, high executives here in the MLS and in the Mexican league, the Liga MX. And I thought it was something interesting that we could like talk about. You can always comment on the comments below. Share your thoughts there. How would you feel in having a super league, emerge between MLS and Liga MX? So as of right now, MLS has 29 teams, and the Liga MX has 18 teams. So this merger, imagine if this merger like happened, it would mean that we would have a whooping 47 teams in this freaking league. It would be crazy. Imagine like logistics of traveling from like New York City to Seattle to like, I don't know what's the southernmost team in Mexico, but I think Veracruz has a team, which is like probably one of the southernmost. Or imagine like if you have to play, I don't know, Jalisco, I think it's Cholos from Jalisco, Cholos. Imagine like if you're in New York and you have to, make that trip. Or, maybe you get lucky and you have like a Monterrey, Houston, which is relatively kind of close. Or you have something, in Baja California, and then you have a California team. Or you have, I don't know, stuff like that. But imagine being like a Canadian team or a New York team way up north and having to like, like New England Revolution, having to, make your way down all the way to Mexico. Man, it would be such a pain in the ass. And those are pretty much like the cons of it. Like the cons of having it like a giant league between, 3 different countries. Imagine like how hard it would be for fans, or those hardcore fans that follow the team everywhere. It would make it so difficult. It would make it costly. It would make it, time-wise, money-wise, just, everything would be so much. But I think maybe, what if? So this is like one of the ideas that I was kind of running through my head. Because imagine if this happened, we have the 2026 World Cup coming to Mexico, United States, and Canada. A tri-team, a tri-tag team type deal for a World Cup. Imagine having like, the Super League, but on top of that, kind of having promotion relegation into it. Imagine, because I mean, Mexico has promotion relegation. I don't know. Canada was actually, I read these past few days that Canada was bringing in, or they were thinking about bringing a second division into the league. As we know right now, basically there are 3 top teams, which is Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, basically are part of the MLS. Because as we know, the Canadian League is not as strong, I guess we can say, as the MLS or your Liga MX type league. So they play in the MLS, kind of like the NBA teams do, the MLB teams do, and stuff like that. But imagine having, because you have 47 teams, right? Imagine having a promotion relegation where you have like, I don't know, you can do like 25 teams. 25 teams, and what? It would be like 22 teams. So you have like a 25 team, like 8 league first division, and you have like a 20. But then again, how would you, first of all, who's going to start off in Division 2? Nobody's going to want to start off in Division 2, right off the bat. But let's just say everybody agrees. It's like, okay, these teams go here, these teams go here. Imagine how exciting it would make it. I mean, as you guys know by this time, I am very, very pro promotion relegation. I think it makes soccer a lot more exciting. I know, we talked about logistics, well, yeah, this country's so big that logistics will always be a problem when it comes to, traveling and stuff like that. But, money-wise, we live in a different type of world compared to the world in general, basically. United States basically runs the country completely different to what every other country, like we go completely backwards to whatever everybody else is doing. Like we use the metric system. We don't give a damn what everybody else is counting. We just do everything kind of different, So, but imagine like being able to promote or to like get into a promotion relegation type thing. Imagine like being so embedded into like this whole like, man, let's fight because, you know, we don't want to go down. And imagine if money wasn't the issue. Imagine all the things that we could do, promotion relegation. You know, I love promotion relegation. I love the idea of it. And I think it would be cool if they're going to make this giant league of 47 to 50 teams to have, you know, to kind of divide it in half. Because if not 50 teams, it would be impossible to have a professional league with 50 damn teams. Like, it's freaking insane. But on top of that, you know, tell me, what do you guys think? Do you guys think a giant league with 47 teams would, you know, would be fruitful? Do you think it would last long? Do you think what are your thoughts on it? Do you like the Super League idea, or do you think it's just trash? Do you think it's just a money grabber? Do you think it would just work for the first couple of years and then a lot of teams will go bankrupt because they can't fly, especially in the days that we live of today, you know, with not pandemics, but one pandemic, you know, which makes it harder for everybody else, you know, having to quarantine, having to be, you know, cautious, having to have certain precautions and stuff like that. It would just be insane to kind of have so many people travel, moving around and stuff like that. Imagine like delegations having to fly here and there. Imagine having to play like a West Coast team and then having to play an East Coast team and you're like a Mexican team. It would just be a pain in the butt. But yeah, let me know what you think. Comments below. Also, I got, if I'm not mistaken, 34 subscribers on the YouTube channel. I'm trying to get to 40. So if you guys, I mean, my goal honestly is to make it to 100, but you know, we're going to take it step by step. So if you have a minute, please go to the YouTube channel and just subscribe, please. I'm trying to get to that 40. I'm at 34. I only need 6 of you guys. And I would love you guys forever. But thank you again for everybody that subscribes and everybody that watches. The views, you know, consistently has been going up, and I love that. So obviously somebody's watching. So thank you guys for watching. But other stuff that, you know, some ideas between Liga MX and the MLS and the MLS have been kind of flourishing in a way. These past few years, some new leagues have come, not leagues, but like inner cups, is that what you call them? Like cups between both countries have come about. Other than the CONCACAF Champions League, which actually encompasses the whole like region as a whole, which is awesome because we get to see Costa Rican teams, we get to see Salvadorian teams, we get to see Honduran teams, we get to see, you know, teams from the Caribbean and stuff like that, and everybody kind of has a chance to fight for, you know, a spot in the international level. But something cool that, you know, the Mexico and the US have been doing, and they have implemented, is this thing called Campeones Cup, which is basically the champion of the MLS and the champion of the Liga MX. Excuse me. So basically, like for example, Columbus, they're waiting over here. Now in May, that's when the Mexican League finishes basically. So the champion of that May league or this year's league will play against Columbus to kind of basically, you know, be the champion of North America in a way, you know, because since Canada plays in the United States in a way. So it would be like it's another cup, you know, it's another honor, it's another, you know, little badge of honor that you can, you know, pin to your suit basically. So I think it's cool, you know, and obviously as an MLS guy, you know, you have to root for your MLS team. So hopefully Columbus gets to win whoever they're playing, or gets to beat whoever they're playing against. And then another thing that I thought it was cool is this thing called the Leagues Cup, which basically put the 4 best teams of the MLS against the 4 best teams of the Liga MX. So for example, in 2020 it was canceled obviously because of COVID-19. So this year, you know, it's going to be the 4 best from 2020, who were SKC, Orlando, Seattle, New York City, FC, and they're going to be playing the 4 best from Mexico, which of course we'll find out in May whenever the league finishes, because they do it like a year-round league, like, you know, 2020, 2021 league, 2021 league. So we'll see that, and actually the quarterfinals, which pins everybody against everybody, would be August 9th. Then the semifinals will be the week of September 13, and the finals will be in the week of September 20. So it's going to be pretty cool because you literally have the best of the best. I mean, as of lately, SKC, Orlando, Seattle, and New York FCDFC have been playing at a high level. So it's going to be cool to them to try, put themselves into a spot of competition where they have, where they compete also with the four best Mexican teams who, as of lately, they've been fighting, spots, up in the highest international games, going into the international cups, like club cups and stuff like that. So they've been doing pretty good. I mean, Tigres just played a final against Bayern Munich, and I didn't get to watch it completely, but to what I saw, it was kind of a tough game for Bayern Munich. If I'm not mistaken, they only beat them like 1-0 or 2-0. I can't remember now, but it was a pretty close game in a way. Result-wise, because I think Bayern Munich is Bayern Munich, So let's go ahead and jump in, kind of close that door of North America for a second and open the door of Europe, where we're going into probably the best soccer that there is right now, as in the world, which is the Champions League. Unfortunately, as a South American, I love Copa Libertadores. Copa Libertadores is like my life when it comes to those stages of like knockout rounds. But obviously the Champions League will always be, the best of the best, the top of the top, the cream of the crop, is that what we call it? And these are going to be some really, really tough matchups for all the teams, and it's going to be like must-watch games for every single body to watch. Like, you can't miss out on these games. Like, for example, right now we are in the quarterfinals, and so Tuesday, April the 6th, and Wednesday, April the 7th is the first leg, and then usually the week after that is the second leg. And the first two games on Tuesday, they're going to be bomb. That was weird. I never say that. But they're going to be really good. So we have Real Madrid playing Liverpool. Literally, two of the best teams. I mean, honestly, all 8 of these teams are up top, like highest, consistency-wise, playing good soccer, strong in their prospective countries and stuff like that. So we have Real Madrid, Liverpool. We have Manchester City against Dortmund. I can't say that. Dortmund. How do you guys say it? But that's going to be a heck of a game. I think Haaland, it is the golden boy that is coming. We always have that Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, battle. And I think they're at a good age where in the next maybe 5 years or so, they're going to fade away into the sunset, retire maybe. Obviously, as probably number 1 and number 2, either way, of the greatest soccers to have ever graced a soccer pitch, basically. And I think Mbappe and Haaland are going to be the torch bearers or whatever. Basically, the ones that are going to be following them up, in that competition of who's number 1, who's number 2 in the world, who's going to be the best next thing, until somebody else shows up. But as of now, I think Haaland has been showing great potential in Borussia Dortmund, and Mbappe has been, kind of been doing his thing. I mean, the dude is I don't think he's not even 20 years old, and he's already a World Cup champion. I mean, he's a step away from being a Champions League champion if he hasn't already. I'm not sure, but I don't think he has yet. But Manchester City, Dortmund that Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, just in case if you didn't get enough soccer for 1 week, you get FC Porto against Chelsea, which is going to be another heck of a game because Porto, it's just because they're Portuguese, you kind of give them, they're going to be the Cinderella of this, pack of 8 basically. And then Chelsea, who has been historically a really good team, and now, they've been stacking themselves and they're ready to compete. That's why the teams stack themselves to compete in this, final stages of really important cups. And then you have Bayern Munich, who has been the best of the best lately, against PSG, who's also has been stacking themselves to be in competing against the best of the best. So there's going to be I think myself, most likely out of this matchup is who will be champion. I might be wrong. I think Dortmund, just because of Haaland, have a good chance as well. I mean, all the teams honestly. But I think PSG Bayern Munich is going to be such a strong matchup that out of there, I think we might find our champion for this year's Champions League. I might be wrong, but we'll just have to watch all the games. But I think that's going to be a great game. And then the semifinals, it would be extremely crazy because the winner of Real Madrid Liverpool plays against the winner of Porto and Chelsea. So we could see another, Liverpool Chelsea Liverpool, blue against red, red against blue. Real Madrid, you can never count out Real Madrid. FC Porto, Cinderella story, kind of, you can never count them out. And then the other semifinal could be Dortmund PSG. It could be Mbappe against Haaland, and we can start creating the movie right there and then. That could be the beginning of a storyline that could last another 20 years, because they're both young, or at least another 10 to 15 years. Imagine, being witnesses to the story of, just to say, it's probably not the first time they face each other. I'm not 100% sure, but it's going to be one of the most memorable ones if they do happen to face each other. But then also you have Manchester City and Bayern Munich, two teams that have been competing at the highest level. I mean, Manchester City is fighting up there. Bayern Munich is number 1 in their league, I believe. So, top German team, top English team. And you could have another, Bayern Munich Dortmund fight. You can have Manchester City PSG, the battle of the cash, Who knows? But I think it's going to be Champions League. It's always awesome to watch, especially at these last stages of Champions League. But I think this one could, have some storylines that should not be missed. I mean, there's always storylines when it comes to Champions Leagues, but I think this Champions League could be one of the greatest. And I'm just saying that because, I don't know. I think it could be one of the greatest, depending on the storylines and stuff like that. But also, don't forget, if you are really into the Champions League and you would like to hop on the show, talk about it, discuss a little bit more, let me know. Hit me up so we can chat a little bit more. I really want to go into, to kind of more details than what I have about the Champions League. I'm really interested. I love the Champions League. And, if you know anybody, let me know. And if you want to do it yourself, let me know as well. So then we'll close the door, that chapter on the Champions League. We'll leave that international phase. And we're going to come back and talk a few minutes about a local league that has been kind of bumping and growing. And I'm not saying only because I partake in it and, I'm captain of one of the teams, but also because there's great things coming. I have spoken to Seva, who is the guy that leads it, and I'm not gonna divulge anything that he has told me, in I guess in friendship or in confidence in private, but I'm gonna discuss everything that he puts out there on social media because it's free game for all. So basically, he has hinted on a Division 2 vote league. Basically, we already have a league already of 14 teams. And we could possibly see a start of a Division 2. So imagine having 14 teams competing here, 10 to 14 teams. Who knows how many other teams he's looking to add. But he's already working on designs, on logos, on team crests, on team colors. And it's just going to be amazing. Imagine fighting in a local league of 7v7 where you have your uniform, you have your team, you have your guys. You have your dudes, arm to arm, fighting for to be the champion of the Vote League Houston. It's gonna be amazing. So shout out to Seva once again for bringing this vision into life and letting Houstonians be part of it. And a lot of people have been involved, like the Surge, from the Houston Dynamo, the supported group, the New Kids on the Block, basically. They have sponsored one of the teams, the Houston Futsal, and it's been great. Literally when we go out there, there's a lot of people out there cheering for their family. Literally, this Sunday was my birthday, so a lot of my family members went just to kind of support me. But it's kind of cool because it gives you that Sunday league family type of feel. Where you get to have family can go and watch you and support you, and you can be kind of professional, with the referee, shout out to the referee to Cristian and I think it's Kevin, the other referee. I only had the pleasure, I guess, of being refed by Cristian, who, you know, he does his best. He makes mistakes like we do as well, but shout out to Cristian. He does his best. He's a really good guy. I don't know the guy, but, you know, shout out to him. But yeah, you know, like, you know, uniforms, you know, literally like legit game balls, you know, you get your name on the jersey and stuff like that. So it's gonna be, it's a cool feeling to be there with your boys and kind of like fight it out as a team. So if you're interested, you know, if you have a group of guys and you're interested in, like, you know, entering into this world, into part of this culture of the Vote League, into everything that, you know, is being created here in the city, I would suggest you hit up a Vote League, hit up Seva, who is the creator and mastermind behind this, and just give him a shout and just tell him, hey, like, I have a team and we're interested. And, you know, who knows, you know, you might make it into the Division 2 and you work your way up, you know, promotion, relegation, one of the things that I love the most, being implemented into a local soccer league. So I'm very excited. You know, I'm very excited to keep my team growing, get it up there, kind of fight, you know, into the final stages. And, you know, who knows? We'll see what the Vote League, you know, brings into the culture, brings into the city. I think we're building, you know, collectively as people, I think we're building a community of, like, you know, friendships and, you know, communion and stuff like that all around a soccer ball. So I think it's awesome. And I think it's going to impact the city in a good way. So shout out to him. You know, I talked to him here and there. So I know he's a good guy and he has a good heart. So shout out to Seva and everything that he's doing. And shout out to all the people that are involved in it. You know, from photographers. Shout out to my boy. I think it's Chris as well. I'm sorry if I forgot your name, brother. But the guy takes the pictures, you know, badass pictures. You know, check him out over there too. You know, everybody, you know, Matt, he's always like with the stats and stuff like that. Shout out to Matt. He actually is the captain, I believe, of Atletico, the orange team, if you guys see it online. And yeah, man, like, everybody's is cool. Everybody's badass. So if you guys don't know where to go, you know, go to Vote League on Instagram. Check them out. Sports Creeks every Sunday for at least the next 12 Sundays. So it's going to be badass. So, you know, if you're not part of it, you know, get yourself, be part of it. You know, it's going to be a cool thing. So other than that, I have nothing else to say. I think we're almost at a 30-minute mark. So we're going to shut it down. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Don't forget to go to the YouTube channel. Please subscribe so I can get to that 40 mark that I really, really want. And I really, really, you know, just for the ego, it would be cool. Also, don't forget to subscribe and like on, you know, the channel and stuff like that. Comment below, you know, let me know who do you have winning the Champions League? What do you think about this Super League? Are you gonna be part of the Vote League next season? What are your plans? Tell me what you got going on. So other than that, thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to go to the Patreon, patreon.com/QuattroQuattroDos. You know, you can give us $3 a month if you have it in your heart. But other than that, thank you, everybody. Thank you for listening. Y'all have a good one, and y'all be safe. Shout out to the Houston Dynamo. We'll have another episode soon about the Houston Dynamo with a special guest. So stay tuned for the next episode again. Later.